One of the main metro stops in Jaipur. As you can see, this is an above ground one. They've got the underground ones as well, connecting most of the cities through the one line that there is for now, though they're building a second one. Another thing is, most of the metros have street food right next to them. Not only is there street food, but you want to have a shave? Why not? So yeah, air conditioned, regular connections.
Next station is railway station. Change here to the railway station.
So as you can hear, everything is pronounced once in English and once in Hindi. Vada Chowpar, one of the main underground metro stations, smack in the center of the city, with a little bit of a touch from London. And the main metro lines in Jaipur. They're working right now on a second metro line. Should be finished in a year or two. So this is Choti Chowpar metro station, right here, behind the fence. This is one of the main squares of the city. And actually, if we just walk down this main boulevard for about 30-40 minutes, we arrive at the Royal Cenotaphs. As you can see, it's pretty busy over here. So this main road that we're gonna have to walk down for about half an hour is called Gatore Bazaar Road. Gatore Bazaar Road. Yeah, it's one of the old avenues. A little bit congested. The apples here come from Himachal, up north. By the way, this is natural sugar made out of the sugar cane, called Jaggery. Almost there, another 300-400 meters. The cremation grounds are at the foot of the Aravli Hills, which both have forts in them. What you can see in the distance, on the top of the hill, is actually part of the defensive wall. And we're almost there, about 100 meters away. And here you can see part of the fortification network. Always keep your eyes open for traffic. The things you see fluttering in the sky are actually kites. People seriously love their kites here. You can get a ride here with those guys back to the center of town, though I wouldn't really say it's worth it. If you walk 100 meters further, you can get a ride to the metro for 20 rupees. Here the people tend to charge tourist prices. And what you see in the background are actually part of the stairs leading to the fortifications that surround the nearby hills. As you can see, the stonework is actually quite amazing. Quite a popular place for the people in town, but not as popular as the castles and the lakeside, so usually less crowded. According to Hinduism, people don't get buried at the end of their lives, but you actually have a cremation. So you won't find any tombstones here, but what you will find are these little commemorative chapel-like structures called Chhatriyans. Namaste. Ji. These little shatris are for children who passed away at a young age. Let's go up the stairs to get a bit of a better view of the whole area. The large tree up ahead of us is a typical Indian banyan tree. These things that are growing down are actually part of the root system of the tree. Here you can get a better view of it. So these things eventually take root and the tree just keeps growing and spreading. So this is a little Shiva temple. And the tree, a gentleman just told me, is 150 years old. But supposedly, there has been a temple here for 1,000 years. And here you see a little statue of Hanuman, the monkey god from the Ramayana, and Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, remover of obstacles. A little shrine to Lord Shivaji. With his family, and the back and the right, his wife Parvati. Behind a little figure of his eldest son Kartik and Hanuman. And the daily offering of fresh flowers at the Shivling of Shiva. Hello, Carol. Stop for a little street snack, Vada pav for 25 bucks. It's a local take on the Mumbai specialty. And the cooks were making it. Dhanyavad Bhaji. So here we go with a vada pav and the chili and little green chutney. And back at Chhatriyan Metro Station, which is right here. It's a 2-minute ride to Badi Chowpar, where you have the Hawa Mahal. Or a 5-minute walk. We'll do the walk. And on the way, you get to see one of the major landmarks here, that tower. Swarasguli Tower, built in 1749. Chalo, keep walking. So here you can see the Victory Temple from a bit closer. And the main street leading to Badi Chowpar. And opposite, we have a little temple to Lord Krishna. The streets here are actually quite well laid out, so you can see there's a walking path and all of the little stands for the shops. It's a planned city, so the Maharajas of Jaipur used their urbanization skills to lay out a relatively modern city back in the day. And a little tip, if you want to have a nice view, you can go across the gateway here, inside on the opposite side of the street, turn left and then go up the stairs to the roof of the building where you can take pictures. Some of the shopping wares. And speaking of shopping, right across the street you have the Hawa Mahal, which was part of the harem side of the palace, where the queens could do their shopping directly from the street, behind the privacy of this facade. Still, when living here, learning how to cross the street, an impossible situation. All of this public transport made me a bit thirsty, so let's go have a chai. The chaiwala, place where you can get your chai, is about 10 minutes straight down there. Between the chaiwala is the name for dudes who make chai, and the Hawa Mahal, the landmark, there's about 100 meters of shopping street where they sell typical textile wares, leather works. Yeah, bit of a tourist price area though. our friend, the chaiwala. Time for a little chai stop. Namaskar, Bhaiji. This is the actual fuel that keeps India going, chai. So, sweet tea, milk, ginger, bit of pepper, sometimes some cloves. And this guy makes some really good ones that you can drink out of clay cup, so biodegradable. So the chai is still being made, should be ready in 5 minutes. Mind you, you can also pay by Paytm here. Most of the shops actually, from cigarette stands to chaiwala, can pay with Paytm. Fresh ginger, adrak in Hindi, getting grounded, throwing the chai. Making sure the chai is nicely mixed, fresh ginger inside. Usually if you have any travel questions, I recommend that you actually ask the chaiwala, because these people are in touch with rickshaw drivers, bus drivers, so they actually have all kind of contact. So this chai, because it's in a touristy spot, is 20 bucks, 20 rupees, but you usually get the large ones for 10 bucks. And 2 minutes further from here, you actually have the Royal City Palace, which is going to be closed now, so we're going to have to visit it next time. Pretty safe city, there's police in most of the places. And here, the entrance to the city palace. The second gate of the Royal Palace. And here, the entrance to the Royal City Palace. With rather amazing gates. Pointy. Back in the old days, these gates had points on them to prevent elephants ramming them in. It was a defensive measure. So yeah, it's closed now, so we'll have to come back another time. Good evening from Jaipur.